feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I must have smelled that really intensely. Hey guys, welcome back. So got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and I've got some good things, as usual. Kind of pinkier things. Bright cheek still, I mean, I'm always loving that. Pinkier sort of eye look. Just some good things to share. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do favorites videos, new at the drugstore reviews, empties get ready with me. There's a lot of fun stuff here on my channel, so if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we're chatting about Friday favorites, so let's get to it. I'm gonna have to remove a very jingly bracelet that keeps making a lot of noise. It's very jingly with my other things, so let's take that off. So, I love a jingly bracelet, but I know it can be distracting. Anyway, okay, so shadow. I'm still loving the K-Beauty, like that's my new thing, I really think. Like with eyeshadows, those are my favorites. I just think they're awesome, and I think they are just softer and amazing. So, I have still been using the Sweet Mint Milk Tea palette. But then also using this one in rose pink. So this is what I've mainly been doing. And I've been, you know, kind of playing with this in all different ways. Like, it's rare that I do the exact same look like multiple days in a row. But I might grab for like some of the same sort of things. So anyway, I've mainly been using this one, which is the lightest one in the palette. And just looks like it wouldn't show up at all. But it does. It really does. So I've been using that. A little bit of this pinky shade, this one on my lid. Sometimes I use this one too. They are both gorgeous. And I love that, like the softer, you know, not as intense matte shades, but then I still love a sparkly lid. I still love it. And then from this one, what from this one? A little bit of this in my outer corner. I think I used like some of these too also, just kind of mixing it in, you know, but just giving you some swatches. There they all are. So good, so blendable, just soft and not intense. I mean, that's just, it's so funny. Like looking at these swatches, even these look so subtle. I feel like they look less subtle on the eyes, but, and like that one just looks so subtle, but it's my new favorite thing. I like the subtle. Because even still, like after getting these two on there as well, I still had to take a little bit of my powder and kind of soften it, and I feel like it's showing up quite a bit. I feel like I have a lot of blush on my nose, so I think I might need to take care of that. Just noticing as I'm looking at my eye look more closely. But yeah, I mean, even adding those in, I mean, I would find that I was softening it. Even now, I think I could soften it even more. It's so funny how just makeup preferences change, and you know what? A week from now, 2 weeks from now, I might be doing an intense smoky eye. You never know. But these are blendable. I think they're pretty affordable. I'm trying to remember. The Clio ones are a little bit more expensive. I think they're usually around like $30 for the palette, but I want to say these were more like 10 or under, I think. Anyway, I think they're relatively affordable and they're cute, good quality. Okay, blush. Two things. I didn't even know about this. One of y'all told me about this. I had no idea. We're gonna talk about this in a second. So, first off, the eTude House, yeah, I think it is, water tint, but this one is in the strawberry shade. So I have this on with this, and I also have this on my lips. I just love this. I mean, and a little bit on my nose. Too much on my nose. Need to work on the nose. But these are gorgeous. They're that staining sort of product. I'm gonna do this really quickly and then try to take this off because it's going to stain my hand and it's going to stain my finger. Like instantly it's staining. But this is a beautiful, you can see like raspberry pinky shade. It's gorgeous. So how have I been using it? I mean, look, already, like right away. So if you want something that lasts on your cheeks and lasts on your lips, these work. And they're affordable. I think they're usually like $6 or under. So good. I get them off of Amazon. Yeah, what do? So I put a couple of dots on my cheek and then just stipple it on. On my lips, what I find I prefer to do is, so this is a cheek favorite and a lip favorite for the week. I like to concentrate it more around the outsides of my lips and then kind of like tap my lips together to sort of fill in the middle, because I find when I go kind of all over my lips, it can cling to the dry part of like the inner part of my lip, if that makes sense, like my lower lip. But if I do more of the outside, it almost gives more of like a lip liner look, but then also doesn't cling to those dry areas. So I just find that application works better. I love that the lid tells you what color it is. That's really helpful. This is gonna last forever because you use so little of it. And yeah, I love the pinky raspberry sort of color. It is long wearing, so long wearing, great for the cheeks. I mean, these are like great for the warmer months, like especially in Texas in summertime. I love these, but this one, somehow that pink shade might be my favorite. My battery's blinking at me, so I'm sure it's gonna cut us off in a second here. But okay, I did not know that Maybelline has the new Sun Kisser blushes in matte shades. I think there's like five or six different shades. So I got this one, which is Lilac Clouds. Yeah, Lilac Clouds 32. And then I also got the red shade. I think it's Red Hot. I like this one. I love a red blush, but the Red Hot shade is so pigmented. So my camera cut me off, so I switched out my battery. But I was saying, yeah, the Red Hot shade, I'm gonna have to figure out a different application technique with that one. Like, because even doing the tiniest little dot, it is still way too much for me personally. So I'm gonna have to like put it on the back of my hand and stipple like the tiniest amount, because I love a red blush and I really like the formula on these, but that one is just really intense. But this one I'm loving. It is a beautiful lilac pinky shade, like an orchid kind of a color. It is just gorgeous. And I don't have to be overly light-handed with this one. Like, I mean, it still has some good pigment, but it reminds me more of the other shades that I have in the glowy ones, like the pinky shade that I love in the glowy ones. I don't have to be super light-handed with that one, which I love. So I think that's why I was so surprised with the red shade, because I'm thinking it's kind of like the other glowy shades I have, and I'm like, boop, put it on my cheeks, and it's just, I mean, I could have covered my entire face with that one dot. No joke. It was so crazy pigmented. This one reminds me more of the other one. So I like this one. Like, I like the color of it. And I would like the red one if it were more like this too, where, I don't know, it's not like this is sheer. It's just a more like almost buildable formula versus intense pigmentation that you have to figure out what to do with, you know what I mean? So I love this. It's a beautiful, I mean, matte, but I would say satin matte. Yeah, like it doesn't look dry or anything. It just looks really pretty on the skin. It wears well. I like the formula of, or I like the doe foot applicator on it. It's beautiful. So I do like a little like swipe with it, like a good amount of product, and then just stipple it on. So I have both of these. Where did the other thing go? Oh, there you go. So I have a little bit of this, and I did it both ways, where I like started with this one and then applied this, and then I also applied this one day and then applied this over it. So, you know, I kind of like used it in different ways. So just so you know, I'm so glad to know about this. So y'all totally, you know, influence me as well and tell me about fun new things. So there's that. That is definitely, so that's like mainly what I've been using for my cheek favorites. Is either, did I use them in, I think I used them individually. Well, because I wanted to test this. So I used them individually and then I mixed them together. So those are my cheek favorites. Then lip favorite, definitely this kind of as my base, sort of as a stain. And then I really like it with this topped over the top. This topped over the top. This is, I've mentioned this recently, the NYX, this is Milky Gloss in ube milkshake flavor is what it says. Oh, it smells so good. Like, what does that smell like? Some kind of a milkshake. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I must have smelled that really intensely because that almost made me sneeze. And that doesn't ever happen. This is a beautiful, can I put it over this? Like, well, there's not much stain left over there, but you can see it on my lips. That it's just this beautiful, well, the combo you can see on my lips. By itself, it's this beautiful kind of cool toned, you know, rosy pink shade. So beautiful and just kind of a neutral pinky. And then over the top of that stain, It just gives it a little bit more depth, a little bit more of like a raspberry pinky undertone. Beautiful. So good. Formula-wise, I don't remember how I've described it in the past, but I would say just a little bit of tackiness to it, but not super intense. It's a good gloss formula. I really like it and I love the scent. Okay, so those are all my favorites. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you have been loving or maybe not so much loving. Let me know what you've been up to recently. I would love to hear that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video.